One of the finest investors of our time and the epitome of a self-made man, Warren Buffett is renowned for both his enormous riches and his charitable work. In 1990, the chairman and CEO of Berkshire Hathaway achieved billionaire status. In 2008, he defeated Bill Gates to claim the title of the world's richest person. How did he become so wealthy then? Here are 10 wise financial practices you may adopt from Mr. Buffett to help you achieve success on par with his. But first, don't forget to subscribe to EM3 Financial Freedom YouTube channel for more personal finance and investing videos. Let's dive in. Number 1. Debt will leave you financially stressed. Avoid debt and save by living within your means. Spend less money. Prevent debt. Avoid using credit cards. Buffett, unlike many Americans, did not labor to pay interest. Instead, he made interest work for him. In a 1991 lecture at the University of Notre Dame, Buffett claimed that he has witnessed more individuals fail as a result of alcohol and leverage, which is defined as borrowed money. You don't need leverage in this environment. You can make a lot of money without borrowing it if you're clever. Buffett is very cautious with credit cards. He advises you stay away from them entirely. Buffett once stated, "Interest rates on credit cards are high. Occasionally they are 18%. Occasionally they are 20%. I would be bankrupt if I borrowed money at 18% or 20%. Number 2. Don't spend too much on cars. Similar to home prices, automotive expenses might consume an excessive amount of monthly net income. As soon as they leave the lot, new automobiles start to lose value. To prevent losing a large portion of the early depreciation, think about purchasing high-quality second-hand cars. In my study, 44% of the wealthy people bought used automobiles, usually a 2 or 3-year-old car that had just come off a lease. These affluent people retained their automobiles for a very long period after that. Yes, as a car age, you will need to pay for repairs. These usually start around 125,000 miles. The cost of repairs after this will be around $1,500 per year, which is still much cheaper than the price of a loan or lease of a new automobile. Purchasing quality is wise. Number 3. Always go for purchasing businesses. Thirdly, purchase businesses. Owning a business helps maintain and grow wealth. Start your investments early in life. Purchasing a business typically entails purchasing stock in the business. You have a stake in the company if you own stock. When choosing whether to purchase a stock or the complete firm, you should apply the same standards. Consider if you would acquire the complete firm before investing in shares. Invest in profitable businesses that you genuinely appreciate. Spend those profits on more firms. Number 4. Invest in value. You should ascertain a company's inherent value and purchase it at a reasonable or sale price. Look for businesses that have superior returns on equity, irrespective of earnings per share, dependable income, and dependable operating history. Instead of merely yearly performance, consider good 4 or 5-year advantages and high margins of profit. Brands and consumer goods allow businesses to raise prices beyond the rate of inflation, as well as recession and depression-proof goods such as food and obstacles to external competition. Focus on favorable long-term outlook and possibilities for further expansion. Try to get competent and ethical leadership. Another important tenet was stated by Buffett in the 2008 Berkshire Hathaway shareholder letter. Price is what you pay. Value is what you get. When you spend money on things you won't use often, or at a price that is higher than the value you receive, you run the risk of losing money. Instead, adopt Buffett's modest lifestyle by seeking possibilities to acquire more for less money. I appreciate buying great goods when they are on sale, whether we're talking about stocks or equities, Buffett stated. Number 5. Select well-run companies. Select companies with sane and capable management. With shareholders, management should be forthright and truthful. The institutional imperative, or the propensity to emulate other corporate managements even when their actions are foolish or dishonest, should be resisted by the management. However, a company's inherent qualities are more significant than its management. Buffett stated, "Most conduct is habitual, and they say that the bonds of habit are too light to be felt until they are too heavy to be broken," in a speech given in 2007 at the University of Florida. Develop good spending habits and kick those bad ones to the curb. Number 6. You develop habits by association. Almost everyone in our environment, parents, instructors, relatives, friends, coworkers, neighbors, mentors, famous people, coaches, etc., is a source of habit-forming information for us. This might be advantageous or detrimental in terms of financial habits. It's possible that many of the people you regularly interact with struggle with money management if you have less than stellar money habits. Their poor financial practices can influence you. For example, a night out with friends could result in an unforeseen $300 bill, or a trip could result in significant debt. Consider carefully how your spending and saving behaviors are influenced by your friends and the individuals you interact with frequently, such as coworkers and relatives, for example. Number 7. Invest for the long term. Keep your portfolio concentrated and low turnover. Always decide whether to purchase stock to hold it for a long time. The finest investments are made in businesses with cheap capital requirements and goods that consumers will always be interested in purchasing. Put off buying and selling assets. Generally speaking, inaction is superior to action. Invest for the long term as opposed to continuing to make short-term bets on a wide range of opportunities. According to a quote from Buffett, "Someone is sitting in the shade now because a tree was planted a long time ago." And it's accurate. The seeds of financial prosperity that are sown and nurtured now will bear fruit later in life, providing shade. This hue may be the absence of debt, a comfortable retirement, or the capacity to pay for your children's education expenses. Buffett's investment choices are heavily influenced by this long-term perspective on money. In a letter to shareholders in 2014, he advised investors to invest with a multi-decade perspective. Throughout their investment careers, they should have a laser-like concentration on achieving big increases in buying power. He pleaded with investors to avoid concentrating on periods of economic or stock market instability. Number 8. Maintain a margin of safety. Investment risk results from ill-informed and underprepared investors. With each of your assets, be sure there is a margin of safety. When you invest, your margin of safety comes from receiving more intrinsic value than you are paying for. Additionally, your margins of safety protect you from bad decisions, business cycles, and unanticipated catastrophes. Concentrating on a small number of holdings can also significantly lower investment risk. Having access to cash reserves at all times is another essential component of security. In the 2014 Berkshire Hathaway annual report, Buffett stated, "We always hold at least $20 billion, and frequently substantially more, in cash equivalents." Both businesses and private individuals may feel the need to invest their liquid funds. Cash, however, is to a business what air is to a person, seldom considered when it is present, the only thing on one's mind when it is lacking, according to Buffett. When bills are due, only cash is accepted as payment. Never leave the house without it. Number 9. Learning more about money management. It should be a part of your investment in yourself. In his role as an investor, Warren Buffett spends a lot of time reducing exposure and risk. Additionally, Buffett reportedly noted that risk comes from not knowing what you're doing, according to Forbes. You'll feel more secure as you reduce dangers the more personal financial knowledge you have. This Warren Buffett remark should serve as motivation to get actively educated about personal finance. To quote Buffett's business colleague, Charlie Munger, "Go to bed smarter than when you woke up." Number 10. Learn to help others. Donate some of your riches to good causes and for the advancement of society when you can. To worthy philanthropic foundations and organizations, you may always donate your time and effort. Over $37 billion of Mr. Buffett's wealth, or 85% of it, were donated to help with some of the world's most pressing issues in 2006. Buffett allegedly remarked, "If you're in the luckiest 1% of mankind, you owe it to the rest of humanity to worry about the other 99%, in an interview with Forbes. Buffett makes it a point to back up his claims as a prominent member of the 1% himself. The Giving Pledge, a commitment to donate one's wealth made by more than 100 billionaires, was founded by Buffett and Bill Gates, co-founder of Microsoft. Even if you are not a millionaire, contributing to others can still improve your life." That's all for this video. If you enjoyed it, make sure to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.